Hello, my name is Shani Jones, and this is KNKY, which stands for Know the New Kinky You. I am a certified sex coach, and I do these web series so that I can give you snippets of information that I hope will trigger new thoughts, questions. If you have any type of concerns or even goals that you're trying to achieve, that you look at this platform as an opportunity to perhaps work with me as a coach that will help you achieve all things possible when it comes to having a great sex life. And this particular series is, again, I try to do these in 4 parts, and we just did a series on emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence kind of lends to this particular conversation, and we're talking about intimacy. Now, intimacy is, I think that there's a bit of a debate, but intimacy is not a sexual thing. It builds to sex, and sex can build to intimacy, but they are mutually exclusive. They do not have to go together. And I recently did a series on just physical intimacy and what the difference was between physical intimacy and sex. But there are lots of different types of intimacy, so that's what we're going to do for this particular series. So, when you are talking about intimacy, it is an exchange of energy, usually tender energy between people who love each other deeply. So you can have an intimate moment, but intimacy builds with time, it builds with that connection, and it goes back to our relationship management when we're talking about emotional intelligence and making sure that that relationship that you have with a person is built on something where you are considering them, you're listening to them, you are understanding the types of things that they need in their lives to make them happy. And so, there are a lot of reasons why, sex can decline in a relationship. You can have medical reasons, hormonal issues, mental issues, emotional issues, a slew of things. And sometimes it's really just a matter of, you know, especially as relationships go on over time, you kind of get into a routine, you just kind of get used to each other, and you start to lose those things you did in the beginning of your relationship that kind of made it hot and heavy. All the talking you were doing to get to know each other, and all of the sex you were having because it was so new. And after a while, the shiny toy isn't so shiny anymore. But that doesn't mean that it's bad or that you can't get some semblance of the earlier phases of your relationship back. So we have different types of intimacy, and the one we're going to talk about tonight is that emotional intimacy. And emotional intimacy is that it really does go back to the beginning of your relationship where you were able to share your innermost thoughts and the joys and the pains and the loving each other through insecurities and vulnerabilities. You know, again, going back to emotional intelligence, we all have crappy days. We all have moments where we don't feel like we are valued or appreciated and things like that. So being able to connect with somebody on an emotional level and being able to recognize when they aren't the highest in their emotional state. When you have a partner and you're going through something, you don't necessarily always want to say it. You want them to recognize it, and you want them to have empathy. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't open your mouth to say that, hey, I'm sad, or hey, I'm going through something. But at the same time, you want a partner that is aware and cognizant and is paying attention to your emotional state in order to put you in a better position to be able to connect to them on an emotional level. So, getting back to the I love yous, and I'm there for you, and I'm happy, I'm proud of you, and I think you're beautiful. You know, we've talked a lot about the love languages. You really picking up on your partner's love language and feeding into the emotional concept that will help to develop them on the emotional side, feeding your soul, basically. Being able to connect on that deeper level is what emotional intimacy is all about. So hopefully you're able to do that. But if you have questions, concerns, or you're struggling with trying to connect back with your partner on an emotional level, you're always welcome to send me a message where we can set up a free 30-minute coaching consultation, and we can talk through the process of that. I am on all social media platforms at DOYOUKNKY, including my newly revamped website. So I'm very proud of that. And let's see, news. I'm almost at over 7,000 followers on Instagram. So, but I only have 100 and some odd on YouTube. So I suggest if you like it, subscribe so that you can stay posted on the topics that we're going to be talking about. And if there's something in particular that you want to talk about, please feel free to send me a message and I'll see what I can put together for you. Again, I'm Shani Jones. This is KNKY, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.